Hi, I'm so glad you decided that you wanted to be an artist because I think it's so much fun learning how to draw. And I'm glad you're here today. We're going to be talking about drawing people. And so we're going to be drawing things a little different than this. Do you remember not too long ago when you just used to draw a sun in the sky and a house and a person, a stick person? Well, we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to start, instead of drawing those symbols of what you thought was there, we're going to learn to draw the real thing. And about 10 years old, you start deciding that you want to be a little bit more sophisticated with your drawing. And that's a good thing because there's a lot to look at and a lot to learn about how to draw people. People are so interesting. Their faces have different emotions, and there's eyes, nose, mouth, ears, hair. There's a lot of different things to draw on a person's face, but also their body can move in different ways, and they aren't just stick people anymore, that you really need to learn how to draw movement. And so we are going to practice today drawing people. So I'm going to move the camera around a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move it down. Okay. My stick people are going away. They're not going to be here anymore. And I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to divide it into four pieces. I'm going to use a ink pen or a marker, I guess, so that you can see what I'm doing. 4 places here that I'm going to be drawing. And I'm going to show you some magazine pictures. If you can find some magazine pictures of people, the whole body, not just the face. We're going to get to that later, but right now we're going to start with a whole body. And I found a Weight Watchers magazine that had different exercises in the magazine, but there's also Sports Illustrated with football players and people that are moving around where you see the whole body. And so any picture like that, or if you can go online and find something, you need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pictures. You can also have your mom or dad or brothers and sisters pose for you, which is really fun. You can take turns, and you can have a chair or a ladder or something to sit on or stand on, and you pose. You have to be able to hold whatever pose it is for about a minute or so while you work on it, but that's a fun thing to do also. What you're going to do is look at your picture and start with a circle. Kind of look at the shapes and go over that circle. Look at the backbone. Try to do maybe a big hot dog shape. And then here's an arm, and this is the bottom, the back end of a person. This is to the knee, and then the knee goes down. Here's this top part of the leg, and then this leg goes down, and then here's your ladder right here. And her knee is on this part of the ladder, her foot's down here. The other part of the ladder goes back this way. And so you can kind of draw a chair or a ladder or whatever you want. But you're doing kind of scribble motions. I don't want you to do just one line like you used to. This person right here, I'm going to be looking at her. She's sitting in a chair. So I'm going to just do the chair first. And here's the back of the chair right here. There's another line here, and the chair comes across. Now, her head is up here. That's a circle. Her arm comes down and then down again. I go to the elbow first, from the shoulder to the elbow to the wrist. And her backbone is a little bit slanted this way. And then her bottom is here, and then her knee comes up. Just go from the hip to the knee, and from the knee down to the foot. And you can kind of see how my people look like they are in the position where if you know what, you can play a game with this too. You can have one person put their head down and not look at the model, not look at the picture, and you draw the gesture. Then the other person puts their head up and looks just at the picture and see if that person can get in that pose. See if you drew the picture well enough to allow the person to understand how to move their body into that position. If you saw this and you did not see the picture, which is right here, do you think you could get into that position? I think you could. And how long did it take me to do that? Not very long. Let me do a couple more and then I'm going to stop, but I want you to watch carefully. This one is a head, a circle. Remember a circle. Remember the axis of the body this goes back. The hips are a circle. This leg goes down to the knee and then back. And then this leg goes to the knee, from the hip to the knee. And then from the knee to the foot. And then the arm goes down here and over. And you don't see the other arm very much. So if you don't see it, don't really draw it. She is actually holding on to this ladder right here. So that's kind of what you see in the picture that I was looking at. Do you think you could get into that position? You probably could. If your mom could time you on these, you really should be able to do them in about 30 seconds. So let's see how fast you can do them. This girl is laying down. Her backbone is down on the floor. So if you were to draw that one, I'm going to turn my paper this way, you would draw her head, and then her backbone is down here on the floor. Her hips, her legs are coming up this way, and her foot is up here. The ladder or the chair is back this way. Her arms are here and here, and that's her hand. So that's another one that is interesting to look at. Do you think you could do that? Could you lay down on your back with your legs up on a chair and show that your arms are behind your, kind of up behind your head? Very interesting. It didn't take me very long to do that at all. So find your pictures and or get your brother or sister to pose for you. And play a game with it if you want, so that one person puts their head down and doesn't look at the pose, and see if they can do the pose after you draw it. See if you do a good enough job drawing. Do you know we communicate with people through our drawings? You don't have to say a word, but someone, if they were looking at these, could say, I know what that is, and strike the same pose, because you are talking to them without saying anything. You are explaining the position of the person in space, in the air, with all the negative shapes or space around them. You are showing what their arms and legs are doing. So even if you don't totally have the proportion exactly right, give it a try and see what you can do. And we're going to be talking a whole lot more about how to draw people in these lessons. So I'll see you soon.